We've just been doing a residency. We're now about day 10 at the Living Classroom in Bingara. Today we had about 70 kids from Bingara Central School come to do some workshops with us. They were from years 5 to year 10, and we divided them up into 3 groups because we were trying to approach that artistic, scientific and farming side, each being a different perspective on carbon. They each got to go up to a biochar pit and contribute to making a batch of biochar. So that was with Rui Anaya de la Rosa, who's this fantastic scientist, and also Adam Blakester. Each group had a session with Georgie Pollard, working with charcoal that had actually been made through the biochar process, thinking about its texture and its material properties. She had these fabulous large pieces of paper and a lot of activities based them around games like Pin the Tail on the Donkey and musical chairs to make collaborative drawings. So she helped to limit the range of paper that they could draw on to help them construct a drawing that they wouldn't have obviously made intentionally. That was heaps of fun. Myself and John Oberleitho, we did 2 things. With the younger kids, we did a photosynthesis activity where we were actually trying to role play the different aspects of photosynthesis with a whole lot of crafty materials. The year 5s and 6s racing around collecting carbon dioxide and the sun's energy and minerals and nutrients. That was heaps of fun. And then with the older kids, we had a soil moisture exercise. So we were looking at using the biosensors, showing them how we can test soil moisture. They got to walk around, collect different soils with Gary and Glenn, who are both farmers. And then we were able to show how we're trying to use different technology to convey soil moisture. And we explained to them a little bit about what we're doing as artists working with farmers. They got an introduction from Rui Anaya de la Rosa to the carbon cycle. So he did a really fabulous little introduction which described their carbon footprint and how carbon is part of the life cycle of so many products. Counter to that, they got to go and see Alex Wisser digging his hole. And I think that was an experience with how an artist is thinking about public art in a different way. They were quite curious about how he was approaching it, thinking about offering people an opportunity to be embedded in the earth and gain a perspective on soil. Yesterday we actually had about 30 adults come, and they came from all over the place. They came from Inverell, from Armidale and a few other towns. Some of them were farmers, some of them were people starting to think about their soils and very curious about biochar, and others were attracted to the artistic side of what we were doing. They spent a day here. They helped to construct the biochar pit. They also got to see Peter Turnbull's bespoke charcoal oven. So that was a demonstration of how willow charcoal is actually produced, artists' charcoal. They also did drawing activities, which was really fun. We had a whole mix of ages working together on these collaborative drawings, and they got a lot out of it. This was the first group of residencies, so Georgie Pollard and Alex Wisser, myself, Laura Fisher and John Oberleitho. We're coming to the end of basically a 10-day residency period where we've really just got started. We might do a future workshop where we actually illustrate some of the stuff we've learned around soil and how we're prototyping some of the aspects of the larger scientific model that we hope to make about humus. Alex will keep digging his hole. Georgie is exploring willow in lots of different ways. She might explore some more sculptural aspects of how willow is used. This is just the first step.